Hi, my name is Juan Miranda. The pictures before you are from my year abroad so far in Germany. If you're interested in this program and think you're not going to get it, well, I didn't think my chances were high either. I was a young guy from Miami, Florida, getting ready to go to a pretty good university. I have a loving family and loving girlfriend back home. Luckily, both still stand by me and wait for my return. I spoke English and Spanish fluently and started pursuing German 2 years before leaving, and only one of those years was in a classroom setting. But the question isn't what I had back home. The question is, how did I get to Germany? It's a bit of a long story, but I'll make it as short as possible for you. One day a buddy of mine gave me a call knowing I really wanted to get to Germany since I had this interest in Europe and interest in the country itself. He told me about a program called CBYX, or the Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange. The program started in 1983 to bring German and American people together, building better relations between the two countries. I was 18, so I was perfect for their year abroad. It's a vocational program which, so far, I've loved. Applied with some paperwork, went on to go to an interview in front of a group of people. Wasn't too bad. I was facing them in a chair, and they were kind of asking me questions like if it was an interrogation. Well, the trick is just be respectful and look like you know what you're doing. Put some comic relief in there too, it lightens the mood. And no, you don't have to have perfect grades to do this. Just be fairly good with those and you should be fine. After that, I waited and waited. Weeks pass, and you think I'm never gonna get this. But one day, got a call. To my relief, I was chosen for the program as a first pick, and not an alternative, which is another way to get in. After going to DC and touring the capital city and learning about our history and our government, it was my time to represent us across the seas in Deutschland. Und ich muss ein schönes Land sagen. When you're here in Germany, it's a lot different for us Americans. Of course, that depends on which state you come from. But for the most part, it's a whole other culture. And no, it's not just beer and sausage, although there's lots of it. It's an interesting country with interesting people who got something magical to them. They're magnificent at what they do, and if you ask them in the right way, they're happy to help. They're not really mean if you think that. A lot of people think that just because of the way that the accent sounds and how strong and stark the language can be when you're speaking it. You'll walk through towns and different cities, and there you'll have the smell of bakeries, the smell of fresh bread that hits you hard, and then you just gotta go buy some. It's quite good too. There will be much to do and much fun in the weeks in Bonn by your friends, as I had whilst learning about German culture, history, and the language, or improving on it if you've had past experience like me and a handful of others. I must say though, those who love history will get a kick out of this place. And even if you don't, the monuments and castles that have been left here are something you imagine as a kid, you know? In those Walt Disney fairy tales and stories, which obviously they were inspired by from here. Thing is though, those castles have been here for generations and generations, and that's because, well, the US is a lot younger compared to Germany. I went on many great adventures that eventually ended in the last months in Bonn, and that was with my friends, but it still got better and I made more later on. In my new home in southern Germany, my German improved tremendously, with being able to hold very good conversations and express myself when originally I could only really understand and say many basic sentences and things. Made plenty of German friends who are very nice to me and I still hang out with currently at the moment, and we go out whenever we can. Also, in my time in Germany, I began to pick up some dialect too. Of course, this will range depending on which state you're living in, so you may pick up dialect, you may not pick up any dialect. An example for me is, instead of saying meine Hause, which is my house, for those of you who speak German, you recognize that, I'll say mein Häusle. Häusle is the Schwäbisch version of Pause, so I only have that because I'm used to that in this area. or like my host mom, she's from Mannheim. A thing that she always says is "Das weiß ich jetzt nicht," and that's something that I've started to pick up as well. So there's different sayings, and you may pick up dialects from different areas, which is pretty cool, but you never know. Sometimes it's better to learn Hochdeutsch first, which is standard German. So it's pretty cool what you can learn. When the winter comes, it may be cold, but not too bad from what I've experienced so far. And I think it should be pretty okay for everybody then who's an American, because I'm from Miami and that's normally really, really cold for us. But there's also the Weihnachtsmarkts, which are fantastic. They're Christmas markets. Lots of goodies and things you can pick up or have, whether it's souvenirs to buy, decorations, special foods, and drinks. So you have different things for different times. One drink that we had in particular was a Feuerzangenbowle, from a film, not really Christmassy, but it's a special drink that they have only during this, like I've noticed during this time here that we've had in the Weihnachtsmarkts. Fantastic. Oh, and Glühwein, great wine to try, definitely. And it's something very German. It's to warm up to because it would get so cold, so you're walking around outside just so you can regain your heat. You never know what you may get, but it's definitely very beautiful, and everyone decorates crazy for this time of year in Germany, especially in these markets. I can only say Germany has been a magical and beautiful country so far, and I can't wait to see the rest of it, and perhaps you will too. So, this is Juan Carlos signing off. Good luck.
Kriegsminister gibt's nicht mehr und auch keine Düsenflieger. Heute zieh ich meine Runden, seh die Welt in Trümmern liegen, hab 'n Luftballon gefunden. Denk an dich und lass